Is love something that just happens? That spontaneous, beautiful feeling.
Or can it be, and this is where things get really unsettling, actually engineered?
Right. Can you deliberately build a path to it, like brick by psychological brick, using these precise maneuvers to shape how someone feels?
That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at material that presents love not as this wonderful accident, but as a really meticulously constructed path, almost militaristic.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
And we need to be crystal clear up front. This is an examination of strategic emotional manipulation, maybe even warfare.
Absolutely. And we have to stress, the tactics we're about to unpack, they come with really profound dangers, serious consequences for everyone involved.
So our mission today is to unpack this. Well, this guide to strategic seduction. It's laid out in 3 acts.
And let's reiterate, we are absolutely not endorsing these methods, not in any way.
No way. The goal here is to understand the mechanics of what this material calls emotional sovereignty, yours and others.
And to recognize the, frankly, terrifying potential for psychological manipulation in relationships. We're going to look at the unsettling details of how someone might try to bypass defenses to make someone fall in love.
And crucially, what that actually means for the person on the receiving end. It's about seeing the pattern.
Not replicating it. Yeah. Definitely not replicating it.
Okay, so let's get into Act 1, the foundation. And the premise here is just stark.
It really is.
Yeah.
This approach argues that success isn't about broad appeal. It's not about chasing love in general.
No, it's about identifying, and let's be blunt, exploiting a very specific kind of vulnerability. The core instruction is just laid bare. Choose the right victim.
That word victim is so telling, isn't it? It immediately frames the dynamic.
It completely flips the script on romance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What really hit me was how it dismisses traditional ideas right off the bat.
Yeah, the material is very clear. Not every woman can be seduced. It says if you don't get that, you're setting yourself up for failure.
So it's not about charming everyone.
Not at all. It's this laser focus on finding someone whose soul is already craving something. Maybe attention, maybe meaning, escape.
Or validation, yeah. The idea is you're not creating desire. You're just positioning yourself to fill a pre-existing void.
A void they might not even consciously recognize. It's a targeting strategy. Pure and simple.
And it gets incredibly precise, surgical almost. The instruction, study before you strike.
This isn't just casual people watching.
Oh no, it's watching and studying her life like a map, explicitly looking for emotional cracks.
Those unspoken, often unconscious voids.
Exactly. And the examples they give are, well, they're chilling. A caregiver who's never been cared for.
A successful professional with an empty personal life.
Someone putting on a brave face, projecting strength, but who's privately just starving for intimacy.
It's all about finding those psychological entry points, choosing someone who is, in their words, perfectly vulnerable.
What do you find most unsettling about that kind of cold analysis?
It's the complete detachment, I think. You're not looking for connection. You're dissecting someone for their weak points, their unmet needs. It's clinical.
Yeah. And then comes the next step. Fill the void she doesn't talk about.
This is where the shaping begins. Molding yourself to fit her psychological hunger, like a chameleon.
Totally. If she feels unheard, you become the one who listens with, and I quote, devastating precision.
Devastating precision. Wow.
Or, if she's always in control, you offer the fantasy of being safely out of control.
But here's the part that really gets me. The instruction. Don't heal her. Remind her that healing is possible in your presence.
Oh, that's incredibly manipulative. It's not about actually helping her heal.
No, it's about creating perpetual dependence, making yourself indispensable.
So you become the emotional answer to her quietest questions. And the material claims she falls in love, not really with you.
But because of what you awaken in her?
That phrase, what you awaken in her. It's all about creating this dependency, isn't it? Mirroring her unfulfilled desires back at her.
Exactly. It's making yourself the solution to a problem she might not have even fully articulated, and Act I doesn't stop there.
Right, there's more. Be exotic to her world.
The idea here is love is not born from familiarity, it's born from fascination.
So the seducer needs to appear unusual, spiritually richer, maybe, sexually freer.
Intellectually sharper, emotionally deeper. Basically different from her normal environment. How does that fit in?
Well, it's not about being genuinely better, right? It's about being different enough to spark intense curiosity.
Your intrigue.
Exactly. The psychological angle is that the less you can compare you to others she knows, the more she'll fixate on trying to figure you out.
And that fixation.
That fixation, the material claims, is the seed of attachment. It's a calculated way to dominate her thoughts.
Make her constantly think about you, decode you.
So, Act I, taken as a whole,
Yeah.
it's a systematic process. Identify vulnerability, analyze it, shape yourself to fit it, and create fascination.
All while seeing the other person purely as a strategic target. It sets a deeply disturbing tone for what comes next.
It certainly does. An alarming blueprint for, well, emotional infiltration.
Which leads us straight into Act Two, described incredibly as war disguised as intimacy.
War disguised as intimacy. That's quite a phrase.
The goal, disarm before you pierce the heart. Arrive like a shadow with no visible weapons. It's all about stealth.
And they're very clear why this indirectness is key. They warn that attraction dies under pressure.
So you have to let the target get used to you, comfortable with your presence, without any hint of pursuit.
The subtlety becomes tactical. It's not just finesse, it's essential for the strategy.
Precisely. And the first step in this act. Hide the seducer at first.
Meaning,
Be neutral, casual, maybe even a little indifferent initially. She should feel your presence, but not your desire.
like you're planting seeds without her realizing a garden is growing. It's building a foundation on deception, isn't it?
Absolutely. What are the implications of starting out so neutral?
Well, it paves the way for the next tactic. Hover around the periphery.
Just sort of. Being there.
Yeah. Coincidentally, showing up in her spaces, becoming, as they put it, background noise, she starts missing when it's silent.
Oh, that's insidious. The goal is to associate yourself with familiarity, comfort, ease.
And here's the chilling part. Comfort, the material states, is the breeding ground of emotional dependency.
You're deliberately creating an emotional reliance, a space only you can fill.
Exactly. And to speed things up, the next suggestion is to use a third party as camouflage.
Ah, entering through a mutual friend or a shared interest.
Right. It gives you instant legitimacy, removes, supposedly, 70% of resistance.
But it's worse than just lowering barriers, isn't it? The material points out you become an emotional spy.
Gathering intelligence right under her nose, leveraging existing trust networks for manipulation.
It's not just reducing resistance, it's gaining an information advantage.
Yeah.
Which you then use.
To build a neutral relationship. Establish this emotionally safe friendship. But, and this is key, with subtle contradictions.
What kind of contradiction?
Things like looking a second too long, a compliment wrapped in a joke, sharing an emotional truth, but without flattery.
So creating this constant low-level hum of ambiguity. Is he a friend? Is it something more?
Precisely. You're creating a situation she can't define, and that ambiguity itself.
Becomes emotionally addictive. She gets tangled up in something she can't name, constantly trying to figure it out.
Which keeps her emotionally tethered to you.
It's a brilliant and terrifying trap.
And then, only when she's relaxed, confiding in you, feeling safe. That's when the material says to make the move. The lull, then strike.
Timing is everything.
It's about introducing seduction, but barely perceptible yet undeniable. A slow gaze, a piercing compliment, a soft touch that lingers just a moment too long.
And the desired psychological effect.
She won't resist. She'll feel like she somehow invited it. And that feeling, the guide claims, means you've won.
Wow. So Act Two is pure deception, building trust under false pretenses.
Creating dependency, all to set up this emotional takeover. It's patient, calculated infiltration.
An unnerving level of strategic patience, yes. Which brings us straight to Act Three.
And Act 3 kicks off with a powerful statement. Certainty breeds boredom. Confusion creates obsession.
So the goal shifts now. It's about creating an emotional roller coaster, becoming a man of contradiction.
It's all about maintaining control by keeping her off balance. Psychological imbalance is a tool.
The first tactic they suggest is confuse her expectations.
How so?
Don't show all your cards. Reveal them in fragments. Compliment her one day, seem distant the next. Be vulnerable one moment, mysterious the next.
So she feels moments of closeness, but can never quite grasp it, never feel secure.
Exactly. It creates these intense emotional swings. Warmth, then doubt. Hope, then uncertainty. And that cycle supposedly becomes her obsession.
That's weaponizing emotional instability. It's frankly cruel.
It's deeply concerning, yes, the deliberate creation of that instability. Then there's be tender and tough.
Speak softly like a lover 1 minute.
And deliver a hard, maybe even critical truth the next.
The contrast makes you unplaceable and therefore unforgettable. You're both the safe haven and the unpredictable storm.
So she keeps coming back, trying to figure out which version she'll get, constantly engaged.
Always guessing. Always seeking a resolution to a puzzle you deliberately keep incomplete.
And then be spiritually rich, but viscerally alive.
What does that entail?
Blending deep talk beliefs, dreams, spirituality, with subtle but undeniable physical cues.
Like touching her arm, standing just a bit too close, letting your eyes wander.
Right. It provokes this internal question in her. Are you sacred or sinful, pure or dangerous?
And the inability to categorize you
leads to addiction, according to this material. It's creating a cognitive dissonance she can't resolve, so she keeps focusing on you.
A mental trap. And similar to that is be innocent and dangerous.
Start out seeming kind, maybe a bit naive, then strategically shatter that image.
How? By showing a streak of cunning, brutal honesty, taking control unexpectedly.
Exactly. It dismantles her perception of who you are, makes her question everything.
And the supposed result. She falls deeper into your orbit, seeing you as this complex narrative she is trying to understand.
You become this puzzle she feels compelled to solve. It's relentless.
And the final piece of Act 3, the key to keeping this all going, never be fully known.
Mystery here isn't magic, it's emotional discipline.
You reveal just enough hints of past pain, hidden passions, secrets to make her feel special for getting those fragments.
But it's never the whole picture. And that hunger for more, the material states, keeps her tethered.
So Act 3 is purely about keeping her in this state of psychological imbalance, cementing the dependency.
Which leads us finally to the material's own final warning. And this section, it pulls no punches.
No, it really doesn't. It lays bare the implications. It says, flat out, using these methods is not a game. It's not flirtation. It's psychological warfare with emotional consequences.
The implication is stark. When done skillfully, these tactics bypass all defenses. You become, quote, a ghost in her mind, haunting her waking thoughts and private dreams.
It's a terrifying image.
And the described outcome for the target, the person who falls completely, it's profound and deeply concerning.
She won't know why she feels this way. She'll just crave your presence, fear your absence.
Measure everyone else against your shadow. The text says bluntly, she will need you.
But not because of who you genuinely are.
No, because of what you've become inside her. It's not about real connection. It's about engineering this profound, almost pathological reliance.
Creating a void that only the manipulator can seem to fill.
And the final chilling conclusion from the source itself. This is not seduction. It is possession.
Possession.
When she loves you, part of her will never belong to herself again. That's the self-described end goal.
It's an incredibly dark assessment of the whole process.
And the material even issues its own warning, its own call to caution. So be wise. Use this only if you're ready to carry the weight of what it awakens.
Which really underscores the immense psychological danger involved here for everyone.
Absolutely. And understanding these tactics, which is what we've tried to do here for you, it's never an endorsement. It can't be.
No. But it is, we believe, a vital step. Recognizing these patterns, protecting against this kind of deep manipulation.
Whether it's directed at you or maybe someone you care about, it's about awareness.
What an incredibly unsettling journey this deep dive has been. We've gone through these 3 acts. Choosing the vulnerable target.
The indirect, deceptive approach.
And then using confusion, contradiction, emotional manipulation to achieve what the source itself calls possession.
It forces us to confront some really uncomfortable truths, doesn't it? What does this kind of detailed breakdown of psychological manipulation mean for you listening right now?
How does understanding these tactics maybe shed light on the power dynamics, the vulnerabilities that can exist in any relationship, even healthy ones?
And perhaps what responsibility do you feel you have knowing these strategies exist to protect your own emotional sovereignty?
And to recognize when this kind of psychological warfare might be happening around you.
And maybe, just maybe, does exploring this dark art of making someone love you actually help you appreciate the beauty, the authenticity of a genuine, freely given connection even more?
Something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a truly disturbing, but we feel critically important aspect of human psychology.